think because I've shoved it down her throat so much, she's like, don't tell me what to like.
So you take after me now. Oh, I've always been like that with KJ. She's like, you should like Harry Potter. And I'm like, well, I won't like it just because you said so.
You know what? The darts guys are Harry Potter fans. So if you're going to be a darts player, Johnny, you're going to have to watch Harry Potter.
But I'm not going to be like, see, I can like darts and not like necessarily like do what they do, which is like compete like competitively, obviously. Like, I can like darts and be bad at it. I don't know. You may have a future. You know, Patrick's going to have to help me brush up a little bit on my aim, you know. Are there any left-handed darts players out there?
There are. Yes, there are.
I'm gonna need a left-handed one to show me like how to do it, because like I think everybody over there is right-handed. When to listen to Spock and when to listen to Kirk.
It's like Inside Out.
It is very similar to Inside Out. That's why if you look at Inside Out, it does look like the helm of the Enterprise.
It does.
Yeah.
First of all, that just blew my mind. Because everything goes back to Star Trek for Kat. Like, she's like, everything I know I learned from Star Trek. Like, she needs
pointed
a
out,
t-shirt.
Star Trek raised me.
It raised her. That's the t-shirt, actually. Star Trek raised me. Yeah.
So when you're thinking about things that way, you're like, oh, I'm the captain of me. So I get to decide where I go, how I'm going to act when I get there, you know, all of that good stuff. So once you realize that, you're like, oh, wow, I'm actually very powerful.
Yeah.
Like, that was the other thing. I forget what I was watching the other day. They were like, yeah, I like being powerful because I feel small. It's like, It's like, that's true, especially when you're a little kid. You're like, I feel, you know, like I feel small, but it's like, this is a reminder that actually you're powerful.
Spatial awareness.
Does not exist. I like tacos.
This is that taco shop up by our
Okay. Damn good taco. I hope it's damn
They're good tacos. Let's put it this way. This card and the donut card are about equal value, and the donut card is a dozen donuts from Rising Roll.
Yeah.
It's a good spot.
Don't you just hate that? Minding your own business and suddenly you're a corpse. signs that you have reached your limit and maybe partied just a bit too hard. One, both of my feet are just really tired. And since I'm sitting down in the car, I can't really show you, but my right foot, which is the one that's given me problems for years, is swollen, so it is significantly, you can definitely see that it is significantly bigger than the left foot. Hence me wearing sandals today, because I knew by the third day that swelling was likely to happen, and therefore I needed shoes where it had room to do such things. It was also nice when I was sitting near the podcast stage. I could take my shoes off and put my bare feet on the cold concrete. Oh my god, that felt so good. Anyway, that's kind of the norm for me, though. That's to be expected. Feet hurt, knees hurt, everything hurts. However, and I knew this would happen as soon as I sat down. When I went to the bathroom. Yeah, this was hours ago. But I got into the bathroom and, was doing my thing. And stood up to finish, do the things you need to do once you stand up, and I heard like a metallic kind of crunchy sound. Yeah, I busted the zipper on my pants, like the zipper. It came off the I don't know what the proper terms are for zippers parts, but the pull mechanism came off one track, so it's still attached to the other, but it's so that the zipper and the fly won't close. So I ran to the booth for Rubber City Cosplay, who were the booth literally next door to the podcast stage, and most of them were not there because they went and did the kids cosplay contest in a different room. But thankfully one of the guys was still there, and I was like, I need help. This is not a cosplay problem, but I'm having a wardrobe malfunction. And so he handed me a box of what safety pins they had, which unfortunately these are not ideal, but you got to do what you got to do. So they let me use the curtain off space in the back of their booth. So I'm standing there trying to figure out a way to MacGyver this, and thought I'd found a solution, but couldn't quite do it with my two hands. And unfortunately the only person there in the booth for Rubber City Cosplay was a guy, which, not I'm not being sexist or anything, but I figured with the location that maybe having another woman, female, might be better and less embarrassing. So thankfully the Circle City Ghostbusters were right next to Rubber City Cosplay, and they had plenty of people there, including some ladies. So they were kind of out of ear range, because I didn't necessarily walk out there with, a busted fly. But thankfully, one of the guys that I know was like, "Can I borrow one of your ladies?" I was like, "I need to try to do a fix, use a lady." So thank you to Chris from the Circle City Ghostbusters for essentially being my pin placer. And we did the best we could, and it held. The very loose definition of the term held for a couple hours, which is really all I needed it to do. And about the time that I was like gonna call it quits anyway, one of the pins is already let loose. So now that I've sat down and it's putting more pressure on that area, more of them are starting to let go. So it's like I've already taken 2 off, and yeah, it was not. And I didn't want to sit down, so I'm like walking around with like my hands like clasped in front of me, like I'm, you know, freaking member of the royal family or something. At one point, somebody was like, "Hey, your fly's open." I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's broken. It's not just open. It's busted. It's not gonna close." So yeah. So that's how the end of PopCon, Indy PopCon 2024 ended for me, with the swollen foot and a busted barn door on my pants. So yeah, this is, you know, it ain't all celebrity meet and greets, and, you know, fun and games with the friends and the acquaintances. Sometimes you bust a zipper, and that's all you can do. It's just do your best MacGyver, which is exactly what I did. But now I can go home and take them off and assess if I can do the repair that I Googled that requires a couple of tools that were not readily available. It would require me to take the pants off anyway, which, what am I going to do? I was not in a condition to do that either. So even if I had the tools, I'm not taking the pants off. Or if I'm going to have to take the zipper completely out and just replace it. But either way, these are going to have to come off so I can fully assess the situation. So yeah, but I will have a full recap of PopCon on the podcast, and yeah, be careful with your zippers. You never know. But hey, if you're at something like a comic convention, find the cosplayers. If you need a safety pin or needle and thread or hot glue or something, find the cosplayers. They will be the most likely to able to assist you, even if it's not cosplay related. So word up to Rubber City Cosplay and Circle City Ghostbusters for doing their best to help me when I was in a pickle. Now I'm gonna go home and put my feet up until PopCon Louisville. Actually, that's not till the end of August. Until in conjunction. Yes, that should be nice. Yeah, now they're more equal. The left one is swollen up. Yeah, they're not supposed to be that wide. So yeah, the left is caught up with the right. So I like that bruise there around my toe too. That's from running my toes into the door jam last week. So yeah, be kind to your feet, people, because they're the only ones you got, and they kind of do a lot of work.